Welcome to Her Love of Sports with your host, Katie Hamilton.
Welcome to Her Love of Sports Community Spotlight. The community is the heart of sports, and we are excited to highlight some of the incredible people who go above and beyond for their community. Joining me today is a local soccer superstar for the University of Victoria and coaches her younger sister's team. Her passion for soccer is truly inspiring, and we are thrilled to have her here with us today to share her experiences and insights. Taiya Scorey, welcome to Her Love of Sports. Thanks so much for being here today. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we're going to dive right into it. So soccer, that's our sport. So a little background. We know each other. We both played at Gorge. We both coach at Gorge. And I had the honor of assistant coaching your U18 team. A little shout out to Patrick Ryan, amazing coach. He was the head coach. And so that's where I kind of got to know you. And then you coach your sister's teams at Gorge, and we connected that way. And so just kind of talk to me. How did you get into soccer?
Well, I started when I was about 6 or 7. I grew up in Langford, so I played with Wanda Fuca until I was about 12, and that's when I moved into the WAVE program. And yeah, I just, honestly, I think my parents just wanted me to kind of get involved in something, and soccer was an easy kind of outlet and easy thing to sign me up for, and everyone was doing it. So I've met lots of friends from that Wanda Fuca program, still friends with today. But yeah, no, I moved to the WAVE program, and then kind of beginning of high school, grade 9, I decided that I wanted to not only play, but I wanted to coach as well. So that was right around the age my younger sisters, who they are 6 and 7 years younger than me, they decided they wanted to play soccer too. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to kind of jump in and help out and start coaching within the Gorge, because they joined the Gorge as well. So yeah, so I kind of went in and decided I wanted to coach, and they were on a U8, U9 combined team. So it was honestly perfect. I didn't have to choose which one to pick favorites, but yeah, no, it's honestly, and then from kind of like grade 9 when I started, I just kind of every year kept coming back and just can't really stay away. So yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal. We love having you at Gorge, and you are such a role model to all the girls, and you really see it with your U15 goal team that you are head coach of. So you played for WAVE, you played for Wanda Fuca, you played for WAVE. I remember, I think it was Patrick and I were coaching the BC Summer Games team, and I think we did an exhibition against it must have been U16 team at the time, and I believe you came out because they needed a little help. And
Yes.
I remember seeing you. Yes, okay. And I remember seeing you, and Patrick was like, "That's Taiya. That's Taiya." And I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
"I know that's Taiya." And then since then, and then I think it was U18. Because you played WAVE. Taiya, just put it out there, one of the best players. So Taiya played WAVE, and then U18, you came to Gorge just for that final year. And again, I remember Patrick being like, "Taiya is coming to the team." And I was like, "No, she's not. She's like one of WAVE's top players. Like, she's going to university. She's not coming down." And he's like, "No, she is." So what was that transition like for you going from WAVE and then coming to Gorge for your U18 year?
Yeah, well, so basically what happened was in my final year of WAVE, a bunch of my teammates were already kind of committed to different universities, and we kind of only had 3 girls from Victoria on our team, and that's where we trained and everything. So we had girls from Nanaimo, Salt Spring, kind of all around. So I think once they committed, they were kind of like, we don't really want to make the commute down. We're just going to play in local teams and whatever. So I was like, okay, I kind of don't really want to leave my WAVE team because I had been playing with them for 6 years or so. But I played the first half of the season with WAVE. We kind of mixed with the younger girls because we needed more numbers, and there was only, I think, 2 of us who were the 2002. There's 2 2002s, and the rest were 2003s. So we played the first half of the season, and then me and the other 2002 were like, this is just, we got to let them go play in their own age group. Let's just go find a team elsewhere. So me and that other player, we went elsewhere, and I immediately knew I wanted to go to Gorge just because I've been coaching there. My sisters play there, and then also a couple of my best friends were on that team. And yeah, honestly, the transition was pretty seamless. I've known Patrick for a little bit because of that little inter squad game, and just being around the Gorge as well. So yeah, it was pretty seamless. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I think I only ended up playing probably 5 or 6 games because then COVID hit or the season ended. I can't remember, something like that. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, it was really fun and I was happy I got to do that.
Yeah, it was a good little group. It was nice. And for those who are listening, Wave is our island representative team for the BCSPL. So it's the full island. So not just Victoria girls, but people all the way up to Campbell River. So when you're mentioning the travel and people coming down,
Yeah,
that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive,
yeah,
what, 4 times a week
yeah,
at least, maybe coming down, going back up, plus your school. So it's understandable when you kind of get to that older age, if you have a job, if you're focusing on schooling,
totally.
that's quite a big commute. So
Yeah, we
totally
had
understandable.
3 girls from Salt Spring for all 5 years, commuting back and forth for
Wow.
practices. It was a lot. Yes.
Yeah, that's a commitment for sure.
Yeah.
And then you transitioned into university. So currently you're at UVic, which is University of Victoria, here where we're filming. But you also, it was Queens, right? That you first did your
Yes.
first year. So
Yeah.
tell me about that.
Yeah. So I committed to Queens kind of beginning of grade 12. I went for a visit in the summer and then I committed kind of at the end of that visit in August. And yeah, I was there for 2 years. So the first year was COVID, so there wasn't a season or anything. And Ontario was pretty strict about their COVID rules compared to BC, especially because with the heavy winters, you couldn't really train you had to train indoors, you couldn't be outside. And then all the COVID rules about being indoors. We ended up not really having like really any practices or anything. And I think that kind of just took a toll on not only my mental health, but also my physical health and my confidence as a player. I wasn't training as much. I wasn't very fit. All of that I'm sure lots of us experienced during COVID. But yeah, so that was my first year, COVID. And then my second year, we had a season and my team did really well. We made it to nationals. We won OUAs. But again, just kind of following from that first year season during COVID, I just kind of lost my love for soccer. I kind of wasn't as confident as I normally am. I wasn't playing very well at all. I wasn't getting much playing time, obviously, as a result of this. And it just took a toll and I wasn't really getting the support I needed. So after that season, my second year, I decided to quit soccer altogether. I was like, I'm done. This is it for me. It's not my passion anymore. So that was a hard decision, but honestly, it was what I thought at the time was the best decision for me. So that was in January of, what would that be, 2022, I believe. So I quit the team in January 2022, and then I just had the semester at Queens as a non-athlete, which was kind of interesting.
Wow.
But yeah, I did that, and then the summer happened, and the League One was starting in BC, and it was super exciting. But obviously, I was like, I'm done with soccer. That's not for me. But my best friend and teammate who I went to Queens with, we played on Wave together growing up. We went to Queens together, Sophie Miranda. She was like, Taya, let's go try out. Like, you're going to come. You're going to play. We're going to play in the Highlanders this summer. And I was like, okay, I'll try out. Thinking I was not going to make the team. It was going to be a terrible experience. I was not going to play. But I went to try out, made the team, and honestly, it just like kind of changed my whole love for soccer. I got all my confidence back. I realized that I did not want to continue university without playing. So I immediately was like, I need to go elsewhere. I'm not going to continue playing at Queens. So my first idea was UVic because I'm from Victoria. And that was kind of the two universities I was choosing between was UVic and Queens. So when I didn't want to go to Queens anymore. I was like, okay, well, I might as well come home and that way I can coach my sisters again and be closer to home. And yeah.
Wow, that I obviously did not know that. It's good that you pointed out too, because I remember your guys' age group is aging out, and it already is. I mean, especially for players that might not be going to university but want to continue playing soccer, like that transition from youth up to women's, it's quite a big difference. And add into COVID, add that in. You're graduating high school, you might be moving across the country, you want to play new sports, you have new coaches, like it's quite a lot. So to hear your story, I think it's great for people to hear that. And like, look where you're at now. And this year you captained the Highlanders teams, and I had the opportunity to call those games and do color commentary, and it was so much fun. I always look forward to the Highlanders games because I was like, yes, there's Taiya. And it's funny, your friend, Sophie Miranda, the two of you out there were like my favorite thing to watch. I was
Oh,
like, those two, I knew it right away.
a lot
So
of
it was so
chemistry, a
good
lot
to
of
watch.
chemistry. Yeah.
So much chemistry. And it's just really inspiring too to see our local Highlanders women's team. And the Highlanders have been around forever, different leagues, different age groups, everything. But then to have a local homegrown player who's in the community, being the captain for games and being out there, I think is such inspiring for girls and for players, but for young girls like your sisters and stuff, to see that pathway that you can continue playing soccer. So I completely love that. So how's it been with you, Vic? How do you like it here?
I love UVic. It was I transitioned to UVic last year, and immediately I noticed that people in the classes were different, not good or bad, but just very
Mhm.
different than Ontario and at Queens. But I fit right in. I think I don't know, but I really enjoy it. The team was super inviting. I think it was a better fit for me on the soccer team as well than the soccer team at Queens. We had a really good season this season. We made it to the Final Four, Canada West Final Four. Unfortunately, we didn't win and go through the nationals, but that's okay. We can try again next year. But no, it was a
Yeah.
really good season. Really fun. I scored some goals. I had a good season, and it was very nice.
I love it. That's great. There's a lot of hype around the Vikes in general, and then the women's and men's team. So it's definitely fun to watch and see what you guys do. So back to coaching. So you're head coach of our U15 rep girls team. Last year U14, and they dominated. You guys did so well. You have last year you have Liz D'Amata as your assistant coach, who is part of our club. She's also on the board. Liz will be coming on for an episode later, so stay tuned. But the two of you were such a powerhouse, and to have two female coaches, you don't see that too much in soccer. I mean, we're seeing more female head coaches come about in these recent years, but to have assistant and head coach be female, and you guys dominated. I think did you come first in league, or you won almost every game and
Yeah,
then you went to provincials?
we pretty much won everything we could have won. And then not provincials though, but yeah, we went to provincials for sure.
Yeah, provincials were an interesting an interesting situation.
Yeah,
There's rainstorms and stuff, and they go to Kamloops for 3 or 4 days, and it's in the heat. So provincials, but fingers crossed, not jinxing it, but fingers crossed for this year.
hmm
So how's it like for you being a coach? You're a young player, you're female. I know when I was starting out at your age as well, there's definitely hurdles and that you have to get across. How has that been like for you?
yeah. Well, coming in as a young coach, not even just female, but young, I feel like some older coaches kind of don't really take you as seriously, which can be
Mhm.
hard. But I think the biggest thing is to just kind of know you're there for a reason, and don't let the older coaches and stuff kind of brush you away and brush you over. Like for example, we had one game last year, and the other team's coach kind of comes and he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, where's your guys' coach?" And I go, "Well, I'm the coach. I'm right here." And so things like that just happen all the time. But
Mhm.
I think it's just important to kind of own that you're there for a reason, and that that you're there to make a difference, and you're there to kind of lead these girls. And I think having young female coaches for obviously young girls in soccer is a great way to kind of share my own experiences, but also kind of lead them to maybe kind of achieving things that I'm kind of working through right now, and getting to university level
Mhm.
or whenever they want to go with soccer, and kind of just being a mentor for them as well.
Absolutely. And I think to have you and to have that kind of toolkit of knowledge and experience, and like you said, you're going through these steps. You've done the university, you're playing League One, you've gone through the WAVE and the community sports program. So to have you to be able to ask questions, to see the pathway, I think is so fantastic. So I always love your guys' team and coming out and seeing your guys' practices as well, because you have phenomenal practices and training sessions. And I think it's really cool to see, especially for those girls, is I mean, I can't speak for you, but I'm sure you probably take some things maybe from university or some other experiences from training sessions and incorporate it into your own.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So I think that's really cool too. And I know that's what I try to do, is think back and be like, okay, which ones did I kind of enjoy and which ones do I think would be beneficial? So it's great for the girls to see. And we really want more youth girls coming up through that stream. Like, you started young coaching, I started young coaching as well at 14, 15. And I feel like if we get them young, then it's easier to kind of continue on once you get older in coaching. Growing up, did you have any athletes that you looked up to?
Yes. So honestly, I looked up to lots of my coaches growing up. But one specifically is Mariel Salzberg, from Victoria. She was my PE teacher at one point at Royal Bay, but I kind of grew up playing with her. She's on my Highlanders team as well. She's she's definitely not gonna say her name, but her age, but she's a bit older, but she is still playing and she loves the sport, and her passion for the sport just kind of really is shown. And I think that's something I really look up to, is kind of, no matter how old I am, or how much after I finish university or I'm done coaching or things, that there's still, I don't have to just stop altogether. I can keep continuing to play. And so she's definitely someone I look up to a lot. And then someone else I look up to is, well, I guess not really look up to, but I really kind of look down to, I guess, my little sisters. They kind of inspire me every day to kind of keep going and keep pushing. And yeah, so.
Oh, I love that. They're the sweetest too. What's it like coaching your younger sisters as well? Like, I'm an only child, so I don't know, but what is it like? It seems like you guys have a great relationship. Kate's so speedy, so fast. She's like a little mini Taiya. Kaya is so fantastic as well. So what is it like coaching your younger sisters?
Yeah, so I mainly coach Kate, the older one, but I've had to kind of pull myself back sometimes. I try to be more of an older sister than a coach at some points, which I'm definitely working on. But no, I love coaching Kate. She's in grade 9, so she's at that age where she doesn't really want to listen to people and, snarky comments to my parents. But whenever I tell her something about the game or how she could have done better, she always is all ears, and she's ready to listen, and she never, she's always listening, and nodding her head and agreeing and asking questions, which is awesome. And Kaya is just the sweetest. She just works so hard. She just wants to improve, wants to get better. She finally made the gold team this year, so she was so excited about that. And yeah, she's a little cutie. I coach her and I go to the field, Kate as well, but we go do extra training and stuff, and they just love it.
Oh, I love that. They have, and Kaya's been doing so good on her team. It's been great getting to watch her too. So that's awesome that they have their own personal soccer trainer with them.
I know, they're pretty lucky. They don't take it for granted as much as they should.
Awesome. Well, Taiya, thank you so much for coming on Her Love of Sports. It's been amazing hearing more of your story, and I love seeing you out on the field. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Amy.
For more information on Her Love of Sports, visit herloveofsports.com or on our social at Her Love of Sports.